next couple of days a whole host of processes and software and just tips on how I get things done quicker, faster, cheaper, better. If you can save time, it's definitely going to be cheaper for you, right? So anything that can save time, because time is our most precious commodity, I do what I can to save that. And if there's a way that I can then have my team do it and not sacrifice quality, that's even better. So today I'm going to start with blogging, because blogging is something that sometimes it just sits and sits and sits there and never moves. So I'm going to show you a quick way to get started, and then you can actually use this to pass it off onto a writer if you're working with a writer, or just go ahead and publish it. So I hope you find this helpful. Today, I want to show you how I am getting over this block of creating blog posts. I have a list of blog posts that I want to get out, but sometimes they just sit there and never seem to get out into the world. So this is what I am using to just get things done quicker and faster so I can push things out and improve momentum. I'm going to show you how I do it in Jarvis. And again, it's just a matter of finding out what works best for you just to push it out into the world. So today I'm going to show you how the blog post assistant works. Just click on it over here, and this is only available on the pro level. So what you want to do is you just want to describe the type of blog post that you want to put. So I'm going to put some copy in here. Let's see. The blog post is about, let's see, how to run live events to get more clients. You need to run them consistently and invite only quality prospects that are your perfect clients to attend. Make sure I don't know what else to say. I could probably put 600 words in there. So let me just put live events. This is also a great way for local agencies to meet the community and establish themselves as experts in the community. I don't know, something like that. Let's see what happens. I've never done this before inside of Jarvis, so let's see how this goes. So I've just put in something here off the top of my head of a blog post I want to write about, and let's go continue. So I don't want to think anymore, so let's just have them generate ideas, and let's take a look and see what comes up. Okay, so it looks like some of these are getting cut off. How's this? How to run live events and get more clients. Let's just use that. That looks good. Write my intro for me. That would be great. And, this reminds me of when I was in English class in high school, and the exercise we would do is we would have to write the title, we would have to write the intro paragraph, the concluding paragraph, and then the leading sentence of each of the paragraphs inside of there. And that's how we would write our little mini papers. And I guess that's also a great way to approach these blog posts as well. So let's take a quick look at what I've got here. I think I like the first one. Let's use that. Okay, great. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff in there. Again, I'm just going to click open the editor now. And I like to have mine in dark mode. So here, it's actually started over here. So I'm just going to put my cursor over here, and I'm going to click compose. So what should happen is it should start writing more of the blog post for me. And this looks like point form. So one second, let me see if I can get this going properly. I'm still learning how to use this as a blog writer, so I may not be doing this correctly, but let's take a look, because it looks like it's giving me point form, which I hadn't gotten before. Let's just keep going and see what it writes. So it's kind of pulling up from the small town part of it, and that's totally fine. So what happens often is maybe you get some stuff and you're going, hey, this doesn't make any sense. or I just want to change it a little bit, what you want to look at this as is using these blocks of content inside of your blog post. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy this into a Google document as my intro. And then I'll also take some of these too, because these might be also good bullet points as well. So I am going to copy all of this into a a Google document. And then I'm also going to do something like this up here. I'm going to give it a command, write a blog post about how to run live events to get more clients. And let's see if I get something better there. So I'm going to copy this. Again, I've copied all this over to another document. And then I have something that's called boss mode. And so that's in the highest level. And when you have boss mode, if you do Control Enter, it's going to read this command and then it'll write it. So let's see if I get something better. And that's the thing with these tools is it doesn't eliminate all of the work, okay? You have to look at it as just like a tool, okay? Creating different blocks, you know, inside of this. See, and now I'm getting something totally different here. It looks like it, which I kind of like. So I'm just going to keep smashing this button here. And it might, I think it is actually repeating itself. So this might not be a great thing down here. Let's take a look. Yeah, it keeps repeating itself, and it does that sometimes as well. So sometimes you just have to keep smashing the button. Maybe if I choose M, I'll get something different. But if not, that is still okay, because what I can do is I can take some of the content here. I can actually, whoops, I think I messed it up. I can actually take some of the content here, and then I can run it through the robot again and have it write more. I can also, so what I probably were going to do here, since it's not writing a ton of different things, because like I said, sometimes I'm able to get an entire article out of it, and sometimes I get these like sort of piecemeal things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these blocks, okay, and I'm going to delete all this repetitive stuff, but I'm going to take the blocks that I want, I'm going to add it to my blog post, okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a couple of other shorter points inside of it. And then I'll run it in here again and say, write a blog post about this. Like, so maybe I want to do another part about how to make it really interesting and engaging for people, or how to create good, icebreakers, or what's the best way to transition over to a sale. So these are sort of like mini topics inside of the blog post, and then I can come in here and have Jarvis write some more of it for me. And then that way I'll be able to piece together a blog post. So like I said, I've never done this topic before in here, and I can see there's some limitations about it. But like I said, that's okay, because what I'm actually going to do is it's just a matter of breaking this down and just thinking about it as different blocks. And you know what? It's better than a blank page, right? For me to start with. Another thing I can do with this too is I can put this into a Google document and I can hand it over to a copywriter and say, here's what I've got so far. Why don't you run with this and then create a blog post about it? Another thing to note is there's no research been done either. So I also probably want somebody to do some research as well and maybe find like the top most popular types of events or venues or something like that to also add to the blog post. But as you can see, I started off with a blank page, and now I've actually got something that I can run with. I can expand upon it. I can change it up. Maybe this ends up being a couple of different blog posts. You know, one is about planning, and then how do you run it, and then how do you sell at it, and then what do you do afterwards. And so there's almost like a 4-part series now here just about running live events. And then I can even do one that's just for local agencies, because I do have a sub segment of my audience that I only want to give them local agency tips. So then I can write a blog post specifically about everything, like summarizing what I've done, and then how it and how a local agency can actually use this. So yeah, so anyway, so this is just an idea to give you an idea of how it can work inside of here. Now, if you do not have boss mode, one thing you can do is you can go into Content Improver, and use that instead. So it gives you 600 words that you can work with in here and have it rewrite it in here. Another thing it has is it's called Sentence Expander. So you can also, do this. Maybe it's how to run live events to get more clients. And I just want this to sound friendly. So this is available to you on the lower level. So you could do this and you're basically working in blocks again. Like if here it's just little sentences, as you can see here, I've got, just a couple of different things. So this might actually help in terms of being a leading sentence. And then what you can do is, I can copy this and then go back out here and go into Content Improver and see what comes out here. And then maybe this will help you just kind of get started and to create more content for it. Obviously the boss mode is a lot easier because you get more content created, but this could just be something that you can use as well. Like maybe you just need it for your intro and your conclusion. So it just really depends on what your needs are. But I think the key is use it to move yourself ahead. That's how you make this into an investment. If it keeps you going and it makes you move things ahead a lot faster, maybe it enables you to get more material into your writer's hands so that more stuff just gets done. And then when more stuff gets published and then you make more sales and it becomes an investment. So I hope you found this helpful. I'll be going over a couple of the other different ways that you can use this in your business and your social media in future